Caregiving changed my life and, of course, the lives of my family members because it takes a village. My mom is probably the strongest woman I know. She comes from Lithuanian and Irish stock. She grew up right in the middle of five siblings. So she's always had no problem advocating for herself. She's also naturally athletic. Growing up, she rode, she was a hardcore spin class enthusiast, and even as she got older, she walked multiple miles a day. So it was the shock of my life when I got a call in May 2025 that she had suffered a stroke. And it effectively left her unable to use most of the right side of her body for a period of time. So she couldn't move her right arm or right leg. Her face drooped a little bit. Speech became very difficult. She lost her ability to do everyday tasks. I was living in Washington, D.C. at the time, and I was just about 1 year into a new job that I loved, but kept me very, very busy. And of course, as soon as I got that phone call, I knew I had to be back in Rhode Island where she was. So I relocated myself there in about a day. I'm very fortunate that I have a twin sister who was also able to be there on short notice. So in a very short amount of time, we had to figure out what had happened to my mom, what the next steps were, and then of course how to pay for all of it. And it was certainly stressful. And I think on top of all of that, we had lost my dad to stage 4 cancer only a few years before. So my twin sister, Alex, and I think were just very aware of what we had to lose, having already lost another parent, which made us maybe that much more motivated to help her and be strong for her so that she could get back on her feet. I hope it's the same for other caregivers, but what I learned from being one, thrown into it unexpectedly, is that I think behind every good caregiver is a really good community of friends, of colleagues, of bosses. In my case, I had an incredible support system, and I was given the flexibility to go home to Rhode Island and work there for as long as I needed to help my family. So I'm really grateful for that because I didn't have to make probably some of the very difficult choices that other caregivers have to make. Maybe they have to leave their job for a while. Maybe they have to, quit a life that they love temporarily. But I felt like I was given a lot of opportunities to just be a good daughter and an advocate and a caregiver. I was also lucky because I had a twin sister, Alex, to help me through this process. We leaned on each other. And as a family unit, we got through some of those darker moments where we just really at that point could not see how she was going to ever recover from something like this with sense of humor. And I think that probably a lot of families can relate to that. We joked and we laughed just as many times as we, had some very serious or stressful conversations. I mean, if you met her today, I really don't think you would be able to tell. She's just made tremendous progress in her recovery. So she can walk. She's actually back to walking multiple miles a day. I don't know how I always feel about that because she's in Rhode Island now. So that's the other thing. She's regained her independence. And she made some lifestyle changes as well to maintain the progress that she's made and try to avoid any of the risk factors that would make her vulnerable to having another stroke.